a lot of success with moving to a new system at MyBlogGuest. We are insisting on more natural links right now, and I guess that we're moving along quite nicely, trying to meet with each user and explain. Most of them don't understand why we're asking them not to break any rules, not to target any keyword reach links, not to make Google angry with us, because we are not really breaking any rules of it. Don't seem like we are doing that. I want to thank all the community. Most of people don't understand what we are saying. We also had some technical issues a couple of days ago that, even though we are not to blame for those, we feel guilty for preventing the community from working as they would like to. We are fixing those. We are mostly done, and we are still working on all the cool new features. So thank you for all your support and understanding, and we are for the evolution of guest blogging, and we are doing our best for that. That we didn't ask for that. We are on 2 dedicated servers at HostGator, and obviously they thought that our machine is too old, so they changed the hardware, and something on the way got broke while they were doing that. We were not even aware of when exactly that was going to happen. So just one day I tried to go to MyBlogGuest and it wouldn't load. I didn't even know what's going on. So I was freaking out. Sorry, Sana. I sent a few emails in all in caps to her that day. Trying to understand what the matter is. So yeah, we didn't ask for that, but it just happened, I guess. HostGator did mean good, but it didn't turn out that didn't went smoothly. Probably they are good people, but just broke us a bit.
Well, as you know, I am one of the forum administrators. I handle customer support. These days have been a bit harder than usual for us.
We have a well-known brand right now, and that means we have a lot of responsibilities, and people trust us, and many bloggers who join our platform find us by our brand name. That means they go to the place they trust. So we need to make sure that we as the team give them this safe content, and we give them what we trust is safe. Of course, no one knows for sure, but at least we have researched, we have investigated, we have listened to what Google was saying, and we try to make it the safest content that also adds value to each blog, because we do realize that responsibility, that we are not just some guest blogging program people found on Google and just joined out of curiosity. Most people go to us because they know us.
Well, I was just going to say that I love your concept of the evolution of guest blogging. And you know, it's moving quickly, and we're really out there in the vanguard and in the front trying to stay on top of things. But it's moving.
And they want benefits while being on the safe side. So we have to step up. We have to show what's safe. We have to show that we have to stress that guest blogging is and should be about relationships. And even if many of our paid members really pay to be able to publish guest posts, and their hugest objective is links, they need to care about people who trust us, and they need.
Basically, SEO guys would talk about white hat tactics and talk and say that black hat shouldn't be used anymore, but that would always be with a big wink. You know, it's like they would say one thing, but they're doing another, right? They're saying one thing, but doing another. And that has been standard for a number of years now, because we've all kind of seen where it's headed. But now the reality's setting in.
Some people, customers and SEO agencies view guest blogging as the last safe way to build links, or the white hat way to build links, even though there is a big difference between low quality and high quality when it comes to an article and content. So when it comes to an agency level, what happens is they're trying to produce links for clients, and they're trying to be scalable, and you can't always scale quality. So there's where the disparity is. The reality of it is most people are doing it for the link most of the time. But if you're going to do it just for the link, you have to at least make it something that still has value, something that people are going to want. If you get something to someone that is valuable, that they say, hey, I took something away from this article, then they don't mind if you have a link.
And they need to follow our rules or just stop using us. There is no third choice here.
As far as definition, I like how you said best practices. So, and what you're saying is we're looking at kind of the ideal where people might be out there getting away with certain practices that are not best practices, and they're saying, why doesn't MyBlogGuest let me do that? Because we're really aiming for that best practices, not just the sort of okay.
Yes.
Okay, so when you say at the beginning that you allow only one link,
yes,
that's only one link to the same domain. But if the article talk about tools or whatever, then you can have multiple links.
Yes, but they are not yours. They are links without.
There is no limit on those links.
No limit. If you want to mention statistics or you want to quote some authoritative person on that topic, feel free to link to the place where you get that quote. So I guess that whenever a link makes sense, it should be placed there, because otherwise you are limiting the creativity, you are limiting the flow, the natural flow of the content of the author. I don't feel that's the right thing to do. But of course, we give the freedom to the publisher to decide as well. Here is how it works. One blog can only have one request in the list. So that request will list your rules. Each article that goes through that request will qualify to your list of requests. You just need to put the rules once.
Okay.
If you feel like that you are receiving fewer guest post pitches than you used to, that may mean that your request went a bit down to the bottom of the list because your requests have been added. So you can go ahead, update your request with something new, and if you update that request, it goes up to the list as a fresh one.
Well, when I place a request on MyBlogGuest for a topic, can I provide some research material?
Yep, absolutely. You have your request filled, and you basically can write anything there. This month we are going to add more verified author support for publishers to create separate contributor accounts for the author each time, and to make it easier to provide not just with the article but with the G-Avatar email address and Google Plus verified author link.
Well, I think the big difference right now, and the way I'm spelling that out, is elite article. If anyone's been following in the community this week, been talking about what makes a great article? What are the components of a great article? And at the last, I had 8 items listed there. And again, that's the first thing as a writer. As a publisher, the first thing you're going to see when you review an article is that introduction. So make it good. Beyond that, an elite article is going to have photographs. It's going to have some internal linking. It's going to have reference and authority links. It's going to link your self-serving links going to be appropriate. And it's always going to have a conclusion.
When an article just finishes abruptly like that, like Don said, it's not, you feel like, well, what was the point of this article? And that for me is the whole problem.
First, in the introduction, you tell people what you're going to tell them. Then in the body, you tell them. And then in the conclusion, you tell them what you just told them. The big difference for me between an elite article and a regular article is elite authors go that extra 10% that makes an article shine.
Of course, we cannot change the world, and some people will still believe that they are doing the right thing. I want to stress it, that feel free to do what you feel is right to do, but outside of MyBlogGuest. Don't use MyBlogGuest for that. If you don't believe in what we are doing, don't become the part of our paid membership. We don't want your money if you don't follow the rules. We are not here about money. I have said that many times, that we would be able to earn much more if we cared less. We could just grab your money, give your content to mediocre publishers, and just don't care less. And we would be much more profitable, I would say. But we invest in evolution, we invest in the team who cares, we invest in new tools, we invest in research and marketing, because we believe in what we're doing. So if you are not with us and you don't believe in what we're doing, you don't have the place in our community.
It's kind of like it's okay to be an apple or an orange. It's just saying, hey, this is the basket of apples. If you want to be an apple, come over here. But it's fine if you're an orange, go hang out in the orange bowl.
Yes.
If you're already doing guest posts, go ahead and use Viral Content Buzz to get more social action on your quality guest posts. There you go.